everyone! In today's video, I'm going to be doing some long dip powder nails using Double Dip's dip powder products. I do already have my nails prepped. I have some gel polish on my nails. I do have a peel off base coat and the nail tips. If you do want your nails to last, make sure to follow a good nail prep routine to ensure that your dip powder manicure lasts. For today's manicure, I'm going to be using the color BLK, which is black like my heart. This is a black dip powder. I'll also be using the G307, which is Champagne Sparkle. This is a gold glitter dip powder. I will be using the color 4, which is soft white, and number 23, which is nude. To apply the dip powder, I'm going to be using the dip base, which is number 2, and the activator, which is number 3. I will be using more products, but I'll show them as I use them. Here is what the black dip powder looks like, so let's go ahead and start the dip powder application. To apply the dip powder, I'm going to be using the dip base, which is number 2. I'm going to be applying this to about half of my natural nail, all the way down to the free edge of the nail. You do want to make sure to cover all of the areas of the nail and make sure to get a really good even coverage of dip base. Immediately after applying the dip base, I'm going to dip the nail into the black dip powder. After dipping the nail, I'm going to tap away the excess dip powder. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on the thumbnail as well. If you do want to do nails this length with dip powder, you do need to do a lot more layers of dip powder to build the structure of your nails. Personally, I'm not too worried about the structure of my nails, so I am going to be doing 3 layers of dip powder, but if you do want your nails to be this long, you do need to add a little bit more structure to the nail. After those layers are dry, I did dust away all of the excess dip powder. I'm then going to repeat the exact same step to do a second layer of dip powder on those 2 nails. For the second and third layer of dip powder, I did apply the dip base to the entire nail. This is about the longest length of nails that you can dip into the jars of dip powder. If your nails are any longer than this, you will need to sprinkle the dip powder over top of the nail or dip into the French tip dip powder tray to make sure that you have enough room to dip the entire nail into the dip powder. If you're experiencing your dip powder clumping up after the dip powder application, it could be because you're applying too much of the dip base or you're pushing your nail too hard into the dip powder, which is really common when you do longer nails. So if you're having this issue, make sure to pour the dip powder over top of the nail instead of dipping into the jar. This nail design is a New Year's Eve themed manicure. New Year's Eve is this week, so I did want to do some really nice New Year's Eve nails. This is a freestyle set, so I did not have anything planned out for this manicure, but I do really love how these nails turned out. As I said, I am doing 3 layers of dip powder just to make sure that I have a little bit of strength for these nails. For the index nail, I'm going to be using number 23, which is the nude dip powder color. I am going to be doing a French tip nail, so I'm going to go ahead and take the nude dip powder and open it up. I'm going to be using the dip base to apply the dip powder onto the nail. For this nail, I am going to be doing a marble French tip nail. With dip powder, you cannot do the normal French tip method when doing marble French tips, so this is the only method that I have found to do marble French tip nails. I'm only going to be applying the dip base to where I want the smile line of the nail to be. After applying the dip base, I'm going to take a cuticle pusher and pour the dip powder over top of the nail. I did dust away all of the excess dip powder, and I'm going to repeat the exact same step for 2 more layers of dip powder. You do want to make sure to build up this area of the nail just to make sure that you're able to apply the color to the tip of the nail and still have a really good clean smile line. After the third layer of dip powder has been dusted, I'm going to take the activator, which is number 3, and I'm going to apply this generously to the entire nail. After the activator has dried, I'm going to take a small hand file and I'm going to go ahead and file the shape of the smile line. When doing this step, you do want to perfect your smile line exactly how you want the nail to look after the dip powder application. You also want to leave a really sharp ledge to make sure that the dip powder application on the tip of the nail does not alter your smile line. For the marble tip portion, I am going to be using the double dip French tip dip powder tray. I am using this because it's really easy to marble your dip powder colors with. I'm going to take the color 4, which is soft white, and I'm going to be applying a little bit of this into the bottom of the French tip dip powder tray. After pouring in the white dip powder, I'm going to take the color black and my cuticle pusher, and I'm going to very gently pour some of the black dip powder in small areas on top of the white dip powder. For some reason, it wasn't going on exactly like I wanted, but I do end up getting this marble just how I like. I'm then going to take the color DG307 and I'm going to sprinkle this dip powder color into the mix as well. I'm then going to take an orange wood stick and I'm going to very gently marble these dip powder colors together. When doing this step, you do not want to push the dip powder colors down into the bottom of the tray. You do want to leave all of the colors on the surface of the dip powder. I did add a little bit more of the black dip powder. You do want to tap it down on the table to level out the dip powder. I'm then going to take the dip base and I'm going to apply this only to the tip of the nail. It is okay if you get some of the dip base and dip powder color onto the base color of the nail. That is the reason why you had to file the shape of the smile line before this step. I'm then going to turn my hand upside down and I'm going to push the nail into the dip powder marble. You're then going to tap away the excess dip powder and that's the first layer. I did dust away all of the excess dip powder and I'm going to repeat the exact same thing to do a second layer of the dip powder marble. In between each layer of the dip powder marble, you may need to add more dip powder colors to get the marble that you like. Keep in mind what it looks like on the surface is how it's going to look on your nail. I'm then going to take some of the gold leaf foils. You can use any kind or color that you want. I'm also going to take some of the mixed glitter. This is a black glitter mix. I did get this in one of the mystery boxes, and I'm going to be applying this onto the marble tip. I'm going to take the dip base, which is number 2, and apply this onto the marble tip. I'm then going to take some tweezers and apply the gold foil in random spots on the tip. You do want to do this step very quickly since the dip base does dry very fast. After I have all of the gold foil, I'm just taking the tweezers and I'm dipping it into the glitter jar, and I'm just going to place this sporadically onto the nail. I do really love this black glitter. I've never seen or used anything like it, and I really love how this turned out. I am going to be encapsulating this layer with the 000 clear base. I am doing this to prevent filing off the gold foil or glitter when I go to file and shape the nail. To encapsulate the tip, I'm applying the dip base to the tip of the nail. I'm then going to take my cuticle pushers and pour the clear dip powder over top of the wet base. I'm going to go ahead and prepare the dip powder tray for another marble nail. I am using the same colors that I used for the first nail. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of the nude dip powder. For the ring fingernail, I'm going to be applying the dip base to the entire nail. For this nail, I am doing a solid marble nail. Immediately after applying the dip base, I'm going to push the nail into the marble dip powder. I really loved how this first layer of dip marble turned out. I'm going to repeat the exact same process for a second layer of the marble. I'm going to do the same step that I did for the French tip nail, so I'm applying a layer of dip base to the nail, and then I'm going to be adding the gold foil and the black glitter to this nail as well. I'm also going to be encapsulating this nail, so I'm applying the dip base to the entire nail. After applying dip base, I am going to pour the clear dip powder over top of the whole nail. For the middle fingernail, I'm going to be doing another solid color nail. I am applying the dip base to the entire nail, and then I'm going to dip into the dip powder. I did want to tie the whole manicure together using the gold color, so I am dipping into the color Champagne Gold. I am going to be doing 3 total layers for the middle fingernail. This gold dip powder color is really pretty if you're looking for a good gold glitter dip powder. This is it. I will link everything I'm using down below in the description along with my discount code. Here are the nails after all of the dip powder has been applied. I'm going to take the activator, which is number 3, and I'm going to apply this very generously to all of the nails. Activator is a really important step because it does harden the layers of dip powder and allow your nails to be shaped and filed. After the activator has dried, I'm going to take the hand file and I'm going to go ahead and reshape the edges of all of the nails. Even if you pre-shape your nails, you do need to reshape the edges of all of the nails after the dip powder application, so you do want to make sure to go over your nail shape after the dip powder application. I'm then going to take a small buffing block and I'm going to go ahead and buff over the surface of all of the nails. You do want to make sure to do this step very well to prevent having any lumps in your manicure. Here are the nails after they've all been filed and shaped. I'm really loving how the set is coming out. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the nail art. I am going to take the No Wipe Gel Top Coat from the Premium Jelly Liquid Kit, and I'm going to be applying this onto the middle fingernail. I am planning to do some swirly lines, but personally I like to do nail art over a very smooth surface. After the top coat has been applied, I'm going to cure under a UV LED nail lamp for 1 minute. After the nail has been cured, I'm going to take the black gel art liner from the gel liner collection and I'm going to go ahead and remove the excess polish from the brush. I'm going to be doing some swirly lines over top of the middle fingernail. I'm just starting at the cuticle area of the nail and I'm going to draw curvy lines until I fill up the nail. This is an abstract design, so you can do whatever kind of look that you like. I am going to be adding more lines until I have the nail like I want. I was thinking to do a sugared nail effect, so before I cured that, I took the black dip powder and I'm taking the cuticle pusher and I'm pouring this over top of the wet gel. This would give the nail a sugared effect. I did end up adding a gel top coat after the manicure was finished because I didn't like how it looked. I then cured under the UV LED nail lamp. Once the nail is cured, I did take a manicure brush to dust away all of the excess dip powder from the nail. And that's the finished middle nail. I really like how that one turned out. For the ring fingernail, I am taking these stickers that I got from the November mystery box. I really loved how these looked. So I'm taking the tweezers and I'm going to pick up one of these stickers and I'm just going to apply this at the tip of the nail. I did push it down to make sure I didn't have any bubbles in the sticker. I did end up adding another gold leaf sticker above the first one that I placed. After the stickers have been applied, I'm going to take the No White Gel Top Coat and I'm going to apply this onto the entire nail. I personally love this gel top coat. It does have a really nice consistency and it does give the nail a really nice shine. This is one of my favorite gel top coats to use for my nails. After the top coat has been applied, I am going to cure under the nail lamp for 1 minute. I am going back with the black gel art liner. Again, I'm wiping away all of the excess polish from the brush. I am just going to be outlining the smile line that I created on the index nail. This step is optional, but I did want to add a little bit of black detail to this nail. I am going to cure that layer for 1 minute. After that layer is cured, I'm taking the No White Gel Top Coat again, and I'm going to be applying this onto the entire nail. After the top coat has been applied, I did cure this layer under the nail lamp. And for the pinky and thumbnail, I'm taking the No White Gel Top Coat and I'm going to be applying this onto the entire nail. I am going to be applying a small nail charm into the gel top coat. If you do want this to last, make sure to use something like rhinestone glue or a poly gel to cure the charm into place. I'm going to take these gold nail charms that I got from one of the polygel kits from Double Dip Nails, and I'm going to be applying this onto the cuticle area of the nail. I am applying this into the wet top coat to cure it into place. I did do the exact same thing to the thumbnail as well, and then I cured under the nail lamp for 1 minute. So as I said, I did apply a gel top coat onto the middle fingernail. I just personally thought it would look a little bit better. So the last step is to take the cuticle oil, which is number 6, and apply this generously to all of your cuticles. It is really important to rehydrate your skin after all of your manicures. And here are the nails. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you want to see more videos, you can click the boxes or subscribe to Double's YouTube channel by clicking the circle here. You can also subscribe to my personal YouTube channel by clicking the circle here.